Ladies and gentlemen, when I put the video out about Harrison Floyd, the Black Voices leader for Donald Trump, there was someone that was like, well, you didn't put nothing out about the black woman smiling in the picture. Well, the reason why I didn't is because there was no story on her at that time, and you can't do everything at once, and sometimes you just got to be patient. Know what I mean? So now there is a story out about her, and I can do it now. Hope you understand. So let's get into it. So, this woman is also at one time connected to Kanye West. So, former Kanye West publicist Travian Cuddy grins in mugshot after being booked in Trump election case. So she was booked along with 17 other people. Trevanian Cuddy, once the publicist for Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, was photographed smiling from ear to ear in her mugshot after she was booked into a Georgia jail. Cuddy, a Chicago based publicist who surrendered to the Fulton County Jail at around 10 a.m. Friday, was one of 19 individuals who authorities say were involved in illegal efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election in the Peach State. Cuddy, who was granted a $75,000 bond earlier this week, according to the Atlanta Journal Constitution, is charged with violating Georgia's racketeering, influence, and corrupt organization. So she got hit with RICO charges, conspiracy to commit solicitation of false statements and writings, and influencing witnesses. Fulton County Jail record shows. So those are the charges they have on her. So she apparently had an attorney, so she was able to bond out. Now, Harrison Fulton, the reason why he's in jail, number one, he fought an FBI agent. And number two, he represented himself. He did not have an attorney. That's why it was easy for the judge to just throw him right on in prison, and he will remain there. He said he don't have the money. And if you don't have the money, and if no family member or friend or, I noticed nobody's putting up a GoFundMe for this dude. So look like he's going to be sitting in prison. That's just the way it is. So released shortly after she was booked, Cuddy is accused of visiting election worker Ruby Friedman on January. So she did this in January of 2021. Now that's a bold move. She visited this election worker at her home in Cobb County. Wow. I wonder how she found out where this election worker lived. Interesting. Be interesting to find this out in court. So, where she reportedly claimed to be a crisis manager, urged Freeman to confess to committing election fraud or potentially face arrest. You mean to tell me this woman went to an election worker's home, misrepresented herself, and then told this woman what she better do? Are you kidding me? I see why they locked her butt up, but she did bond out. So Friedman, reluctant to speak with Cuddy, later met with the Chicago publicist at a local police station where Cuddy shared a similar message and was recorded telling Friedman, I cannot say what specifically will take place. Oh, really? Mm. So, and she goes on to say, I just know that it will disrupt your freedom. Are you threatening this woman? And you did this at a police station? Oh, snap. So, Friedman was one of more of your family members. So she told her, I just don't know that it will disrupt your freedom and the freedom of one or more of your family members. Cuddy continued in her message to Friedman from the station. She did this threat from a police station. Woo! Yeah, I think this woman is Looney Tunes. So, anyway, whether you choose not to deal with us, I am not your enemy, Cuddy added. She also described Freeman as a loose end for a party that needs to tidy up in the footage. Wow. Cuddy was reportedly put in touch with Friedman through Harrison Floyd. Oh, so she got together with the dude that's sitting there in prison. And that's how she goes. So he had to find out where this woman was, and she decided to pay her a visit. So he's a co defendant in the case, the executive director of Black Voices for Trump. The booking of Cuddy comes one day after former President Donald Trump turned himself in after he was charged with 13 counts stemming from the state probe into his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Now, you know, at the end of the day, y'all, I know Trump is leading and all. Trump should have just left well enough alone. It's amazing how other presidents that lose, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, they just leave office and that's it. If he didn't do all this tampering, he wouldn't have had all these charges on him then. And I remember listening to that call when he was on the phone talking to Georgia officials about overturning the election and putting it in his favor. We listened to that recording. I mean, this doesn't make sense to be charged with something like this when all you had to do is what you're doing right now is run again. If you had the strong desire to be president, I'm just saying. So the court had set Trump's bail at $200,000. He was quickly processed and released. Fox News Digital has learned his formal arrangement where he is expected to plead not guilty will take place sometime early next month. Trump was required to take a mugshot. Others charged out of the Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Wilson's probe include former Trump lawyers Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis, had their photos taken and then processed as well. Mm-mm-mm. Cuddy was the sixth defendant to turn herself into authorities on Friday, following surrenders from Robert Cheeley, Jeffrey Clark, Misty Hampton, Michael Roman, Shaw Still, all of whom surrendered at different points after midnight. So now you know who she is. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to tell me what you think. I can't believe she was bold enough to do what she did. But I guess if you are a publicist in the entertainment industry, you got to be bold on some level, right? But what she did was wrong. And she's going to learn putting herself out there was not worth it. Y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.